Sketching as self-care. Hi, my name is Tobin, and I'm an art teacher. Art has helped me come back to center during times of uncertainty, and I would like to share some grounding, creative practices for teachers. Let's start with an activity called Rays of Sunshine. You'll need paper and a pencil. Start by drawing a circle at the center of your paper. Imagine that this circle is your body from above. The top of the page is the front of your body, and the bottom of the page is the back side. The left of your paper is your left side, and the right of your paper is your right side. As you breathe, imagine air is flowing through these sides, entering through one side of your body and exiting the opposite. You'll draw lines to visualize this idea. When you inhale, draw a line from the outside edge of your paper towards the center. Imagine that your breath is entering from the front side of your body. When you exhale, draw a line outwards from the center. Imagine that your breath is exiting from the back side. Continue to rotate your inhales and exhales while connecting them with your lines. As a daily practice, this can be incorporated into routine as a quick breathing exercise by using a Post-it note. This activity is called Fistfuls of Jewels. You'll need paper and color pencils. You'll also need something that can create bold marks, and that can be your choice of dry or wet media depending on how much time you have. For something quick, dry media is the way to go: pen, pencil, or a marker. If you have time to let things dry, try wet media, ink, watercolor, or paint. Place where you hold stress in your body and imagine that you could travel there. You might hold your stress in your jaws, in the front of your throat. Maybe it's someplace where you hold tension. Maybe it's just the heaviness of your shoulders. We're going to create an internal landscape of that space. Start by grabbing something bold that you can quickly make one continuous line with. This is called an automatic drawing. What do you notice about your automatic drawing? Maybe some of your lines are tight and tangled together. Maybe some are hard to define if they've puddled together. Continue to bring attentiveness and curiosity to this space of tension in your body by breathing into it from different sides of your body. As you bring in breath, envision oxygen offering a little bit more space into the tightness of that tension. Imagine your inhalation softening that tension just slightly. Looking back at your automatic drawing of this space, what kind of landscape can you envision here? Choose some colors that you relate to this tension. Warm colors like reds and oranges might show heat or inflammation. Maybe blues or cool tones show sadness or yearning. Maybe your place feels vibrant because it demands attention. As I'm working with laying some colors down, I'm thinking about what would grow in this internal landscape. I'm creating my own rules in this imaginary space. I'm continuing to breathe into my body and imagine what sort of space I can cultivate there. As you continue to explore and play around with what could grow in your internal landscape, focus also on that area of tension in your body. Try to continue keeping a connection between that tension and what you're visually expressing. As teachers and caretakers, we usually have multiple demands of our awareness and our focus at once. And as equipped as we become to efficiently deal with them, it seems natural that we hold some of that tension in our bodies. Sometimes self-care also seems like a thing that we need to check off of a list as maintenance to continue serving others. As we care and tend to the changing and growing needs of our students, our families, and even our own communities, we can often overlook what our bodies are telling us in these tense or painful areas. On top of that, who wants to communicate with their own pain? It may not seem natural because it does not seem efficient, and efficiency is a teacher's way with coping, with time being so precious. Our attentiveness and our care are so precious, and we are so worthy of our own medicine. I believe drawing can help us bring light to the darkest truths of our experience because it requires time, attentiveness, and care. A quote came up for me while I was creating this work, and it goes, "Every time I go into the darkness, I return with fistfuls of jewels." These past few years have brought up real challenges and have revealed underlying issues within our education system and our capitalist society that we as educators are impacted by directly and also indirectly. Our burdens have become heavier. It is hard to feel the motivation to go to these darker places of tension in our body with curiosity and compassion. Yet, I believe the time, care, and attentiveness that we give ourselves as we process our internal and external worlds is worth it. I hope you feel a little bit lighter as you work on this drawing, and that you found a few jewels of your own in the darkness. Here are some reflection questions. How was the experience of communicating with an area of tension in your body? What comes up for you as you look at your drawing? What surprises you about your internal landscape, and what makes sense about it? Sketching as Self-Care by Tobin McDermott. Music by Marty Clemens. Quote from Barbara McAfee. Thanks to Young Audiences and Metro East.